translate you.
Okay.
Instinct
Anthony,
rolling.
I was saying Tony. Anthony.
Okay, we on?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Fortune. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
Awesome.
Congratulations on your new next Netflix comedy special, Good Fortune. Of
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
course. What can viewers expect?
You can expect a lot of storytelling. I really lean into that on this special. I try to take my time and tell stories of things that I've gone through more in my adult life,
Mhm.
more recent times, as far as kind of starts with me not being exactly what you think I would be based on my appearance, and sort of delving into that a bit. And then it really goes into my relationship with my now wife,
Mhm.
as far as adjusting to the roles that we both play in that relationship, and getting engaged and the pressures of that, and then getting married, and then dealing with some big life things, and how we both handled it. So yeah, I just think it's a slice of life in a way that I hope is relatable to people, and obviously I hope it makes them laugh.
Of course. Awesome. For those who don't know, how did you fall into the world of comedy? And has this always been your passion?
Um, I've always loved comedy. I grew up watching SNL and reruns of the Carol Burnett show. So it was always like a part of my life. I just never thought it could be something that I did for a living. I
Mhm.
remember going to an improv show in college and just like being really blown away by it, but I didn't have the money to take a class. And I eventually moved to LA for nothing to do with the comedy world, and thought about that improv class that I had seen years before, and just decided to, let's do it. Let's try this. But I did it as a hobby. I
Okay.
thought this would be a good way to make friends, and never in a million years thought it would be anything more than that.
Mhm.
Something to do on a Wednesday night. But I was lucky. I had some really great teachers who really rooted me on and said, you got something here. You got to keep doing this. And I found that that was happening a lot. A lot of people going, there's something here. Like,
Mhm.
don't stop doing this. And that really motivated me to keep going and figuring it out.
Cool. And what drew you to confessional brand of comedy?
I think you find that as you go. I think
Hello.
it's not something that you set out to do. At first you're just trying to write a joke, like you're like, what do people want to hear? I have no
Mhm.
idea. But I think I really found my voice the most with Sweet and Salty, my first Netflix special.
Okay.
That that I learned a lot by putting that set together, and I learned a lot about how I wanted to tell stories. I leaned in to talking more about my life. And then that really spilled over into this special. I try to do that here as well. And I just found that sharing stories that are true and that you've been through end up resonating a lot with people. And I like that.
Yeah, for sure. And is there anything in particular you always hope audiences take away from your sets?
Well, I always want them to come to the show and have a good time, and I want them to leave feeling better than when they got there.
Mhm.
I know that there's a lot going on in the world. I know that things are really stressful and people have a lot on their plate. So I try to bring levity. I try to bring some sort of just feeling of, I want to make you feel good. I want you to feel positive. I want to show people that you can go through things, and what's the twist on it? What's the good that came out of that?
Mhm.
And yeah, just telling stories that they can see themselves in. Like
Yeah.
I went through that. I'm not alone.
Mhm.
So yeah, all of the above.
All the above. Great. And what advice can you offer to any aspiring comedian?
Honestly, there's no magic formula to
Okay.
this. It is hard work. It is doing the work, putting it in, getting on stage. I mean, when I was coming up, I was doing, 10 shows a week. You
Mhm.
don't get paid for a very long time. You have to be okay with that. But you have to do it because you want to do it and you really love it. And you're never guaranteed to make money at it. You're
Mhm.
never guaranteed to get hired for anything for it. And that has to be okay. You have to be like, I love it. regardless of the outcome.
Love it. Gotta have a
Uh,
passion, right?
Yeah, so you just get on stage and you got to write. I
Mhm.
never knew that that was such a big part of comedy.
Yeah.
But writing is vital. So
Mhm.
both
Yeah.
of those things, and you'll hopefully get better because
Yeah.
you're doing something so often.
Yeah, for sure. And do you have any other upcoming specials with Netflix or any tours in the works?
Yeah, I will be starting a new tour. It'll be announced probably right around when the special comes out. That'll start in later in January. And I just finished filming a big action series with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that's
Nice.
for Netflix, and it will be out sometime next year, not sure when.
Mhm.
But that'll be something I'm really excited to share with people because it's a whole other side of me that no one has ever seen before. I've never
You never
even
seen
knew I could do that stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for that one. And
Great.
then obviously I do the Netflix radio show on Sirius XM channel 93 with Tom Papa. We have a radio show Monday through Thursday on there where we talk about all things comedy.
Awesome. Are you still doing your podcast, Sincerely Fortune?
We've been on a hiatus, and I just got home from Toronto, so we're figuring all of that stuff
You know.
out now.
Okay.
But I'm running out of stories to tell people.
You gotta have some more life
I
experiences.
know, I've been working too much. I haven't been able to have any fun.
You'll get back at it.
Yeah, it's coming.
Cool, cool. Well, then before we wrap up, may I take a screenshot for social media purposes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Fortune, thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to take you back to the hospitality room.
Thank you, Martha.